On this episode of the Film Optix Podcast, it looks like it is delay central in the film industry, and it also looks like Benedict Cumberbatch will reprise his role as Doctor Strange in Spider-Man 3. So let's jump in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Film Optix, brought to you by the Drive-In Podcast Network, where we bring you the headline hot takes of entertainment news. I'm your host, Christian, and today we're going to be talking about the world of film, TV, and everything pop culture related. And as always, I'm joined by my good friend and my co-host, Devin. How you been? It's another week come and gone, almost Friday. Well,
another week.
By the time. Yeah.
We both had to work late today. What are the odds?
We did. You were like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it at that time. And I was looking at the situation I was in. I'm like, you know what? I probably am not going to make 4 o'clock either. So I'm like, here it is, 6 p.m. our time, recording the podcast. But that's totally fine. At least tomorrow's Friday. We can't complain too much, man. So your week's been good. It's been going by pretty quick, kind of slow for you. Same as last week.
Same old.
Yeah. It's been a very exciting week, though, Devin. We have a lot of great news to get into. A lot of news I'm excited to dive into, and a lot of not so good news that we have to talk about. But before we begin today's episode, you can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Red Circle, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and iHeart Radio. You can, of course, follow us on social media, on Twitter and Instagram at Film Optix. That is Optics with an X. So let's dive in. We don't have too much comic book news today, but we have enough to get us through. It's some pretty big news stories here. So I'll start off. The first one's kind of something we assumed that was happening, but I guess this is more confirmation than anything. Looks like Natalie Portman has confirmed that the she's forging new fairy tales with swinging Thor's hammer is pretty much what the headline reads. She kind of confirms the source material that her character of Thor will be going through, with everything dealing with, the Thor Love and Thunder, or the Thor storyline where she has cancer, but when she has her powers, she doesn't have cancer. I've never, read the comic line myself, but I guess this kind of confirms it. So we're pretty excited for that.
Seemed pretty obvious, but
yeah,
now we know.
I probably explained that really badly, but yeah, she's very excited. She has extreme love for the cast and whatnot. So it's really awesome. I'm very, very excited. They're doing a lot of talk. The newest story talks to Fatherly about like gender stereotypes, which Star Wars movies that her kids have seen, and now she kind of gets to show them a little bit of hey, Thor can be a woman as well. But just wanted to kind of throw that in there just for like official confirmation. But you want to take this next one, Devin. I know you're very excited about Spider-Man news, but it's not the Spider-Man news you guys are thinking about, because that is the thumbnail. But go ahead, Devin.
Oh boy, we got. Is it's your favorite Mary Jane, right?
No, not at all.
Everyone's favorite Mary
Hold
Jane.
Up there. Let's pump the brakes.
Everyone's least favorite Harry Osborn by a mile. Kirsten Dunst and Dane DeHaan are gearing up to make their MCU debuts in a future project. This is rumor, all a giant rumor from a very awful-looking, sketchy website here. Comicbookmovie.com. It looks
not comicbook.com. Comic book movie.
It looks like a Scholastic Book Fair website.
It really does, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. That's actually the Scholastic. Oh my gosh, that takes me back, Devin. But we don't have time to reminisce. But that's totally fine. Yes. I'm I mean, I like Dane DeHaan
I mean,
as an actor.
it's obviously going to be a multiverse.
Spider-Verse, multiverse, yeah. Yeah, especially with the next news story I'll be talking about here. But I wanted to kind of talk
so
about
as long as they're just cameos, that's fine. Just don't give them a lot of screen.
I just feel like, do they even why even bring them in to be cameos?
It can just be like a 1 second, like, oh hey,
like a second of screen time. They like zip by. You see a silhouette of Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin, but it's just like, I like him as an actor. I just don't like him as Green Goblin because it just doesn't make any sense. The first Amazing Spider-Man, Harry is nowhere to be mentioned whatsoever, and then the Amazing Spider-Man 2, he just pops up out of nowhere. It's like, huh? I've been here the whole time. I mean, it's just not for me. Man, they're just.
He just looks so crusty. Get off my screen.
He needs to get on that Ashy Wednesday sale. That's what I'm talking about right there. But yes, this rumor does feel like an example of the multiverse that people have been clamoring for. And of course, with more multiverse news, we actually have Benedict Cumberbatch has officially joined Spider-Man 3 as Doctor Strange, of course, reprising his role. This news actually broke earlier today via the Hollywood Reporter, always having our backs. This puts Cumberbatch in the mentor role that previously was occupied by Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark and Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury. I think it's a good thing. Really quick, I just wanted to say that I've seen a lot of people say, oh, Spider-Man has another mentor. Oh my God, that's so lame. It's like, listen, you can have a mentor and still be your own hero. He's still a kid in this universe. We understand that, yes, he is we've seen from Homecoming and from Far From Home that, he is getting to that point. But I mean, Kevin Feige had said, he wants to see a Spider-Man movie where he's holding his own. I'm sure he will. I mean, we don't even know how, if this is going to be a cameo appearance from Doctor Strange or how much he's going to be involved within the plot. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I really like the mentor role that Iron Man had. One of the most memorable parts of Homecoming. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why people aren't.
Because everyone's like, oh my gosh, why can't Spider-Man be his own hero, like he was in the Amazing Spider-Man and the Spider-Man trilogy? I mean, I get that, but at the same time, this is the MCU. Their formula is, they cross paths. It's going to happen. I mean, I'm sorry. Doctor Strange lives in New York, and so does Spider-Man. They're going to run into each other at some point in time. It's going to happen. So all you naysayers out there can go somewhere else with all that mess because we don't want it. We don't want your negativity. But this does open up, a lot of people are saying, Doctor Strange with the Multiverse of Madness, with his new movie, and of course with WandaVision, people are saying, okay, people are really excited for this because Doctor Strange, this definitely opens up a possible multiverse, which I know people would really, really like to see. I'm there for a Miles Peter thing. I don't really care too much about the others. I like Tobey Maguire. I always go back and watch those movies, but I mean, I don't know. If it's a small cameo appearance for Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I'm fine. But I don't want them to be a part of the main plot. But give me some Miles Morales as well. But this definitely opens up possibilities for a multiverse for Doctor Strange, because it seems like he's going to be this one of the heroes are going to be focusing on within phase 4, so that'll be interesting. Anyway, really quick, wanted to shout out that New Mutants, for anyone who cares, will be released on Blu-ray, on DVD and digital, November 17th.
I know you have your calendar circled.
I do have my calendar circled. Come on, Devin. I mean, we don't have a lot of movies coming out in physical. I got to get something. Well, we'll get to a little bit more of that later on. Do you want to give this last bit of comic book news here, and we'll move on to the new normal?
I don't really believe this, but Warner Brothers delays 4 DC movies, yet Wonder Woman is still set for 2020.
It literally makes, they even
doubt
moved
it.
Dune, which makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but it's like, let's move everything else besides Wonder Woman. I think they're actually going. Yeah. Well, but do you think they're actually going to keep Wonder Woman because they've moved it back like what 6-7 times?
Nope.
You don't think they're going to keep it there?
Nope. It's a 2021 movie.
Oh, dude, don't tell me that. We need something for the holidays.
There will be nothing.
There will absolutely be. Well,
except Soul.
We have some movies. Yeah, except Soul. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Perfect little transition.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Yeah, good job there, Devin. I like that. So yes, Pixar's Soul will exclusively stream on Disney Plus on December 25th. I don't believe there's an article. I think literally the Soul Twitter account was just like, yeah, it'll be streaming on Disney Plus December 25th.
Yeah, that's super smart.
I don't think it's one of the Premier Access things because I don't think that would sit well with people. I mean, I would understand if they tried to do it, but I mean,
who doesn't love sitting around on Christmas with the family, putting on a nice brand new Pixar movie? Oh, that sounds so perfect.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. And you bet your sweet bottom dollar we're gonna cover that one for sure at some point. But yes, also speaking of cinematic universes, and since we were talking about that a little bit earlier, looks like Robert Downey Jr. is planning a Sherlock Holmes cinematic universe. This comes from Fast Company. Never heard of them before.
This is so random and so late. There have already been so many movies.
But I feel like if there is any other universe that can do this right, it might be this. Because it's not superhero-esque. It's not like a horror type thing. I don't know. I mean, maybe it could work. I think I don't know if it'll work 100% of the time.
The success rate of cinematic universes is 1 out of 100.
A lot of them are just lightning in the bottle. But honestly, even with DC, it's like, well, it feels like DC did it because they kind of had to, not like a I mean, there is a cinematic universe. It's more of like an extended universe, like some things connect together, but DC is definitely doing their own thing. But it is, I mean, they've definitely tried to copy that, Marvel Cinematic Universe formula. I mean, I'm interested to see what this is going to be about. I don't really know. It looks like, there's a lot of, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of Dead on Arrival, Dark Universe, like the Dark Universe, Lego movie spinoffs.
It just doesn't make sense to do it. Like they've already made how many movies? And
for Sherlock Holmes, I actually haven't seen his Sherlock Holmes movies yet, but maybe they'll do like an Enola Holmes tie-in. If they can do it well, I don't mind, but we'll just have to kind of keep our ears to the ground for that. I'm not entirely sure. I guess like it intrigues me, but I'm not like super excited about it. But we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But Devin.
Your favorite
my
favorite old tale.
My favorite old tale. I think this is your favorite old tale. It looks like Sony's modern reimagining of Cinderella, starring Camila Cabello. And Edna.
Oh no, you're pulling a John Travolta.
I am. Billy Porter, Camila Cabello, and Miss Menzel. Idina Menzel. Yeah. Coming soon to theaters.
That might be the only movie coming to theaters this year.
Is it Monster Hunter coming to theaters? Monster Hunter? I think so. Well, we can't even look at this Business Insider thing unless you're willing to pay $1. But any thoughts on that? I mean, I know it's more of like a public domain, so as long as it's not Disney Cinderella.
I will not be seeing this in theaters. I know that much.
Yeah, I won't either. I don't really care too much. So,
but what we will be maybe seeing, even though I don't really know much about it, Robert Zemeckis' The Witches is going straight to HBO Max. Who needs theaters?
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I never saw the original, so I don't really know anything about it.
I didn't know there was an original.
It has Anne Hathaway, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I absolutely love seeing Hathaway in all of her glory, just in time for Halloween. Of course, for all you October Halloween lovers out there. So Witches was originally expected to open in theaters on October 9th, but of course, it is moving to HBO Max. It will forego its theater release. It will play in international cinemas starting October 28th. So that's, they're calling it, it's fun for the family, ideal time for this time of year. So that's kind of cool. I guess it's based off of Roald Dahl's children's novel about a young boy while staying with his grandmother at a hotel happens upon gathering of witches led by the Grand High Witch Anne Hathaway. So won't get too much into it there, but it looks really pretty interesting, to say the least. So definitely going to check that one out. But
not much news here, but Dune has been delayed, just like everything else. October 1st, 2021.
And what else has been delayed?
It's almost
well, actually, no, one got moved up.
Yeah, this is also like one of the only times moving up is sad because we don't get Keanu Reeves Day.
I know. It's kind of
Matrix 4 is moved up and will be releasing December 22nd, 2021.
Yep. So that's more delays. Everything's delayed. Like literally, there's no point of even. By the way, I mean, I think I have it in here really quick. AMC is actually planning on. Actually, I don't think I have it in here, but yes, as we know, with Regal Cinemas, they will be closing their doors. Did I not put that in here? I thought I did. Anyway, so as people may not know, Cineworld, which is like the grand poobah of Regal Cinemas, the head honcho, will be closing all of their theaters temporarily in the US and in the UK as well. So that kind of blows for a lot of people, but we're in unprecedented times, and this is actually following after the James Bond No Time to Die delay, which was really weird because they spent all that money on marketing and then they're like, oh, we're just going to delay it. I'm like, so you just like, was this just like, I don't know, promote your new Billie Eilish song again? I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but I would like to see the movie at some point in time. But you want to take this next bit of news? We got some Resident Evil news here for you.
Got some casting.
Interesting.
Kaya Scodelario will be playing Claire Redfield. Hannah John Kamen will be Jill Valentine. Robbie Amell from The Babysitter will be playing Chris Redfield. Tom Hooper from Umbrella Academy will be Albert Wesker.
Ooh, Tom.
Yvonne Jogia will be Leon Kennedy. And Neil McDonough will be William Birkin. There's a lot of names.
There's a lot of names. Have you seen any of the Resident Evil movies before?
No.
Devin? You have not. Neither have I. I heard one of them was good. I can't remember which one. But maybe this will be one of those franchises where video game movies will work out. I really don't know. They have like a 40%, maybe even a 30% success rate. Like, I mean, Pokemon actually did a really good job. Sonic actually wasn't bad. People ended up liking it a lot. It's amazing how, if you actually make the character look the way he's supposed to, will go a long way. But unfortunately, that, studio actually closed its doors. Well, the VFX team did. They had to shut down. But you want to take this next bit of news? I know you like Alice in Wonderland. So
yeah, our favorite Quibi punked guest, Sabrina Carpenter, will be.
I've always liked her.
Producing and starring an Alice in Wonderland musical reimagining for Netflix.
Yes. So that'll be really interesting. I believe she was also in Girl Meets World. She plays, I think it's Riley's best friend. I can't really remember. It's very, very odd. But yes, she will be playing in a new live action adaptation of Alice in Wonderland. So that'll be pretty interesting. I don't believe that there is a date as of yet. I'm assuming it's sometime next year. We'll just have to wait and see. But very excited. Congratulations, Sabrina Carpenter. But Devin, we got some good news. It's a good week. You know why? It's a really good week because we got Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films are getting 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray releases. They are coming out on December 1st. There are a plethora to choose from. So I'm going to break it down really quick. If you want the non-Steelbook 4K releases of the Hobbit trilogy and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you're pretty much going to have to go on like Amazon or I believe Best Buy. But I think Best Buy is actually doing their own version. You know, Best Buy loves the Steelbooks. So they're doing their own Steelbook collections for the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits, respectively. I believe the Steelbooks versions between both are about $120, which isn't terrible. I pre-ordered the Lord of the Rings. I did not get the Hobbit because I don't really care for the Hobbit all that much. So definitely, you know, if you're a fan of both, get them both. If you want to get one or the other, that's cool too. I believe the non-Steelbooks, I saw them on Amazon. I believe they're $90 each. So that's very, very exciting. It's a very exciting year, Devin, because amidst everything that's happening, we've had Star Wars 4K releases. We're getting Game of Thrones, the full series 4K releases, and we're getting the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings 4K releases. These are like the biggest like nerd properties, just the biggest properties like out there right now. I mean, Lord of the Rings is huge, but I just wanted to shed a little nice light amidst everything that has happened. R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen as well, of course. He passed away earlier this week, but kind of wanted to throw that out there just for anyone who cares about physical media. But we have one of our last bit of pieces of news here. We have Dickinson. Devin, Dickinson season 2 airs on January 8th, 2021. And it's already renewed for a third season.
I sure hope so. Very excited. What else do they have?
Wow.
They can't be canceling shows.
Yeah, that is true. But hey, I mean, they got Cherry.
True.
They're on the come up. People are like, oh, you know, like Apple TV Plus not all that good. But it's like, you got to think about it. Where was Netflix when it first started off? As a mailing renting service? I didn't even bother with the mailing renting service until they started streaming. And they were god-awful back then. They have learned so much. They pretty much have like the best blueprints for a streaming service.
Yeah, but they were also the first to ever do it. So them starting off bad is expected. Apple has all this money.
I mean, yeah, but that is true. It's kind of like even with like the gaming realm, like Xbox paved the way for online play and how to do it. And like, you know, they have like the best service out of the big three. Sony kind of copied that a little bit, but it's not as good. And then Nintendo just said, screw you, we're doing our own thing. But anyway, you want to take this last bit of news before we get into the gaming portion.
Our buddy Aaron Sorkin from The Trial of Chicago 7 recently. It says he would love to write a sequel to The Social Network, but only if David Fincher directed it.
I would agree.
It'd be a horror movie based on what Zuck's been up to.
Wow. Listen. The Birth of Faith. I mean, it was like, I love that movie so much. It's literally the birth of like pretty much one of the biggest like social networks out there. And it's like,
it's only gotten bigger and worse since then.
Yeah, a little bit worse. I mean, they got Facebook gaming. They got Instagram now, which is kind of cool, but there's, you know, a few things here or there. I mean, we mainly keep it for family.
Grandmas and grandpas.
yeah, they're all out there, you know, on the Facebook. I mean, I still use it. I don't mind, but apparently they say Facebook's for old people, so I don't know what that says about us. But yes, I would definitely love to see a sequel to The Social Network, maybe like The Rise and the Fall, or I can't even say the Fall because Facebook is still a thing. But I believe that does it for our new normal section. We have a few gaming news stories too. We're going to pound out here for you guys. My God, we're only going for 24 minutes. We got to slow it down here, Devin. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's like our shortest news. This is like our shortest news week, like ever. I thought that I definitely had way more to talk about. Unless
you might have.
You definitely took some stuff out.
Yeah. We had unexpected circumstances.
We did. Yes, we definitely did. So really quick, for anyone who is a big Mortal Kombat fan out there, Seth, I'm talking to you out there. Rambo has joined MK11 Ultimate, available on November 17th, not 16th, sorry. Voiced by Sylvester Stallone himself.
That was a cool trailer, actually.
It really was. It really was a cool trailer. I liked it a lot.
If only I enjoyed fighting games.
Yeah. Oh, you sneaky devil. You did take stuff out. Oh my gosh. All right, fair enough. All right. So, you want to take this next one? I thought this one was huge.
Big news. Hit the stock market pretty hard too for GameStop stock, which was once dead in the water. GameStop has announced a multi-year strategic partnership with Microsoft. So basically, Microsoft will be helping them out with running their stores. They'll be getting Surface tablets. They'll be getting Microsoft software, and it's just going to help them out, help them stay afloat.
It's going to be the new Microsoft store.
Basically.
I mean, Microsoft shut down all their other stores earlier this year, so it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, really, really crazy to think about. But I'm actually, this excites me like a lot, because it's a power move. I mean, I like GameStop. Like, I know a lot of people don't, but like, if it wasn't for GameStop, and more importantly, shout out to Zach Pope for helping me get my PlayStation 5 pre-order. You're awesome. But if it wasn't for GameStop, I probably would. Well, that's a lie. I would have had a PlayStation 5, because I got an invite to that thing that they were sending out through the email, which I didn't think they were doing again. But I wanted to be one of the first, Devin, and that's what counts. I like being an early adopter myself, but this is like really, really big. I mean, we'll have to see what comes of it, but it's great. You know, like they're helping each other out, and it's just a great multi-year strategic partnership. There's a lot that goes into this right now, so it's just like
GameStop's the one place where you can go and get an awful deal for stuff you don't want anymore. So
I've gotten some good stuff, some good deals from time to time. I mean, if they're going to be selling like Microsoft, products there, I mean, obviously with Xbox, but outside of Xbox, that could help for sure. It could definitely kind of turn GameStop into something else. Microsoft's GameStop.
Microstop.
Microstop. Oh, there we go, Devin. We're already getting
GameSoft.
We're already getting the juices flowing. Look at us. Getting the juices flowing there.
Welcome to GameSoft.
The GameSoft. Microsoft.
We love GameSoft.
Hi, welcome to GameSoft. Welcome to Microstop. Yeah, it's. I mean, Microsoft is making great moves. They have an amazing social media team. Poking fun at each other between Sony and Xbox. I mean, yeah, and they've been doing that for a while, so it's good stuff. But I'm not too concerned about this next story, Devin, because I've heard different things from different people. So there's a journalist out there who says that the Xbox Series X can get pretty hot like a fireplace, which I call complete BS on, because our boy Yang Ye has received a preview unit, and Microsoft has been sending these out to certain game influencers throughout the YouTube space, including Jeffrey Grubb as well. So the latest Xbox Series X media impressions have expressed a surprised amount of heat that the console emits. They're saying, it's quiet, but it's not cool. But I want to say really quick, Devin, how loud does your PC get?
Zero noise.
Zero noise. Mine, if it's working overtime, like if I'm downloading something really big, it'll definitely, kick it up. But right now, I don't. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. And like, I get, nobody wants their PCs or their consoles to sound like a jet engine, but I don't know. I've heard different things. I feel like saying hot like a fireplace is a bit overreacting. I don't know. What do you think?
I have no idea. I've never really felt a console for the temperature.
Feel the console. It's alive. It's breathing. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit, I believe this was Giant Bomb co-host Jeff Bakalar said that his pre-release console was emitting a significant amount of heat even when in standby mode, and even appeared to burn his hands on the storage expansion.
I mean, our generation went through the red ring of death, so this isn't going to stop us.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. and you know what? And it's crazy because, I mean, for those of you who don't know, Microsoft knew about that problem. So it's like, yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, it is whisper quiet, but Yang Ye has said, obviously, yeah, like he's used it for long periods of time. And yeah, it's going to get a little warm, but I mean, maybe it's just his preview unit I really don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Take it with a grain of salt if you are picking up an Xbox Series X. They didn't send out Series S's, which is weird. I guess it's not their flagship title, so why would they? Anyway, Devin, really quick, there was a quick PlayStation teardown, a PS5 teardown, where they went through the PlayStation 5. It's a big boy. It's a thick boy. It's a very, very thick boy. It comes with 820 gigabytes of onboard memory, and you kind of have to like get into the PlayStation a little bit. Like the size actually remove, which people are kind of happy about because they might start doing like the faceplate thing again, how like Xbox did with the 360, and I think PS4 did it like the original PlayStation 4, but it wasn't as cool. But I think it's kind of, it was interesting to see. Pretty much, there's not really much else to talk about. The show like the liquid metal cooling, and there is a internal slot for a M.2 drive if you do require more space, because it looks like the PlayStation 5 might only come with 664 gigabytes of user storage, which is like awful, like completely terrible. But also there's like a new PlayStation trophy system. I don't know how it works, but that's pretty much it. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Just talk about
anything else?
Our record time.
This is our record time. 32 minutes. It's not bad. But yeah, I guess you could thank Devin for cutting down everything. I was like, we definitely have more stories here, but it's fine. Yeah, that pretty much does it here for this episode of the Headline Hot Takes on the Film Optix Podcast. Of course, this is our new show that we do each and every week. And again, make sure to check out the other drive-in podcasts out there from the Drive-In Podcast Network. We got movies, we got commentaries, music, all that jazz. We got Oscar Talk, and there's a new podcast out there, Devin. It's going to be a temporary podcast, 10 episodes long, talking about Robert Pattinson. It's called Robert Podcattinson, hosted by Hannah and Kenzie from the Drive-In Podcast Network themselves, the Music City Drive-In website. And of course, go ahead, check them out. It's good. It's the first it's actually really funny, but I'll probably pretty much keep it short there. Oh, also keep a lookout for our The Boys season 2 review this coming up week. We'll probably have that out by Sunday or Monday at the latest for everyone, because tomorrow's a big day, Devin. It's gonna be
sad
great.
day.
Sad day. But hey, we still got Lovecraft Country. I got episode 9 sitting waiting for me, so I might watch that before Sunday. But I don't know. I like watching it with everybody. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. But that pretty much does it here. You know, we got a few more reviews coming up. Bad Hair, Run, and a few others. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was Devin. My name is Christian, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.